Greetings to the 12 tribes of Jehovah's children, Jacob's children scattered abroad in the name of Jehovah our Creator and Jesus Christ of Nazareth our King. I'm Lily of the Valley, and today we're looking at the pressure that is being applied by United States, Marco Rubio, and Ashkenazi-led decisions that have taken over the country from a lot of people who are of Nazi descent. So it says, Cuba says Jamaica bowed to U.S. pressure to withdraw medical professionals. And it's true, because they come and they pressure and they pressure and they pressure. The healthcare in the United States is one of the worst in the world when it comes to costs. And Cuba has been providing medical professionals to the poor countries, because as soon as the poor countries train their doctors and their specialists, the United States come and recruit them, or the Bahamas, or wherever else that have more money to pay them, and Canada, the UK, and so on. So it's a revolving door. So Cuba's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said it regrets the decision by the government of Jamaica to discontinue the current arrangement regarding the deployment of medical professionals in the public health sector by the government of Cuba. The ministry, in a statement late Friday evening, said Cuba had made the decision to proceed with the return of the Cuban Medical Brigade. These health professionals leave behind an indelible mark and return to Cuba with the satisfaction of a duty fulfilled and a permanent willingness to assist wherever their spirit of solidarity is required, the ministry said. Cuba's work in Jamaica is an eloquent example of the genuine cooperation in the last 30 years alone. More than 4,700 Cuban collaborators have provided medical assistance on the Caribbean island. Currently, the brigade is composed of 277 professionals whose work has had the tangible and profound impact of strengthening the Jamaican health system it continues. Further, the ministry said that the Jamaican government yields to the pressures of the government of the United States, which is not concerned about the health needs of Caribbean brothers. The Cuba deeply regrets that in this way a history of fruitful and sustained collaboration is disregarded, one that has brought countless benefits to the Jamaican people who are now deprived of receiving the basic and specialized health services that Cuban collaborators provided, it added. Now in the United States, personal bankruptcy is the highest because of medical debt and the treatment. You go to an ER, most time the bill is $3,000 to $10,000 to $20,000 to never-ending figures that put the sick person in more shock than anything else. Now, Cuba is able to train its medical professionals a lot cheaper and more effective, and they have a worldwide program which their country benefit from. Every country is not the most perfect at doing things. Now it says tuition and financial aid. We're just looking at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine. $1 billion gift from Bloomberg. And if you know who Bloomberg is, fall of 2024, go and look up these names by bloodline. Look up the Rockefellers, what they did to medicine. That is, Bible-based medicine is basically outlawed it. Then they put in synthetic or make-believe or not real medicine. Notice how sick the world has gotten now, and it wasn't sick like that before. So tuition and other fees, and this is at Johns Hopkins University. Medical students matriculating in August 2025 will be charged tuition rate of $66,580 per year. The 2025 tuition for graduate students registered in the School of Medicine is $66,580 US. These tuitions cover all normal charges. The tuition fees payable in 2 equal installments. Who have them kind of money? one at the opening of the academic year and one at the beginning of the second half of the year. Health insurance, dental insurance, a $900 annual fee for university health services, a $200 imaging fee for first and second year students, a $250 activity fee, Maryland students only, and a $740 matriculation fee, or in addition to their tuition charge. It doesn't even say if housing included yet, food, transportation, or anything else. So imagine how much it is per year to be trained as a medical doctor in the United States. This is just Johns Hopkins University. Not only is it expensive to train, but the errors that the hospitals, doctors, and the treatment make don't come in line with the cost of it. It says, medical error, this is BMJ.com, medical error, the third leading cause of death in the US. So, these so-called doctors help to kill more people. You notice the pandemic, the COVID-19, the nurses, all of them dancing and celebrating, and their treatment protocol result in more people DEAD than alive. And the experimental stuff, what them putting other people, the cost of which cannot be measured right now, and the deaths, they even stop counting them. So this is what people paying for. Your health care may kill you. Medical errors, and this is pubmed.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov. Recent studies of medical errors have estimated errors may account for as many as 251,000 deaths annually in the United States. And that's even low because a lot of people can't even afford to go to the hospital in the first place. Now, they have always had cures, and we have always had them too, except that the people who come out with the cures for all these diseases, they just find a way to either harass them, traumatize them, bankrupt them, sue them, hide the cures. Even during the coronavirus, my channels were deleted from YouTube for pointing people to the cures that were in the scriptures. Those videos are still taken down, and my main channel is still deleted to this day. So they're not in the business of helping the poor. They're not in the business of saving lives. It says from Daily Mail, this article, CIA faces furious backlash after hidden document with potential cure for cancer is declassified after 60 years. So you got to look up the Rockefeller medicines, the Ashkenazis, the Operation Paperclip, the Nazi scientists, the ones who went to Jamaica. Notice those polio diseases that ended up in Jamaica, Haiti, and so on. The tribes people didn't get it. Only the ones who the so-called Nazi doctors treated. Like, they need to go back and look what happened at Hope Valley Experimental, the University Hospital of the West Indies. The protocols down there that they're using and training people on, those are not Bible-based protocols. They don't have good outcomes. Notice the people who follow Bible-based laws who are cut off from civilization, they never face a lot of these problems because they're still doing natural, Bible-based clean foods, detoxing, deworming, and so on. So it says a newly surfaced CIA document suggests U.S. intelligence once reviewed research that hinted at a possible cancer treatment more than 60 years ago. The document, produced in February 1951 and declassified in 2014, summarizes a Soviet scientific paper that examined striking similarities between parasitic worms and cancerous tumors. The report describes how researchers believe both organisms thrive under nearly identical metabolic conditions and accumulated large reserves of glycogen, a form of stored energy. So it shows that one drug, MYRACYLD, was reportedly effective against bilharzia parasites as well as cancerous growths, hinting that treatments developed for parasites might also attack tumors. And you can read that at your own pace, okay? So they hate cures. They love to profit from suffering. They have nothing to do with the poor people except to give them more misery. Remember when the scripture says a nation from far is going to come up against those of our people who sin? They don't care for the elder, the poor, the young, the suckling on the breast. Nobody. They only care for themselves. Those are the same people that we're dealing with now. So all the Caribbean islands, you just have to hire and train your own people. You hire the Cubans, you help them. The Most High put us on earth to take care of our brothers and to help them, teach them holiness, righteousness. All those are long-lasting forms of government, not communism, not Marxism, not democracy. None of those things the Most High gave us. He said, take care of your brothers, take care of your sisters. Be in your own tribe, marry in your own tribe, do things within your own lineage. That's Genesis chapter 10 and the whole Bible. So the medical brigade, they treated more than 8 million patients, more than 4,000 surgical procedures, 7,170 births, and more than 90,000 lives saved. And this program was worldwide. So Caribbean nations, don't let your right hand know what your left hand doing. When you see people come in to tell you to stop doing something and they don't have any solutions, don't listen to them. The United Nations, you don't see them turn the other cheek when these people are disobeying every law worldwide. They do business with China. That's the biggest communist country. Look how many other communist countries the United States do business with. Look how expensive their healthcare is, with some of the worst outcomes in the world. Cuba, the Caribbean, has been able to do it better for less, and they come and they poach those doctors and specialists for the UK, Canada, and their countries, leaving yours to suffer. End it